Yeah, this is Sid. Did you get me turned on?
You're
Or
on.
phone?
You're
Okay,
on the,
okay. Go ahead.
yeah. Okay. Well, welcome. I'm calling to order the 30th Judicial District Nominating Commission. This is a meeting to talk about the current magistrate position that will become vacant. And before we start the meeting, formally, I want to ask Michelle to please call into the conference line to see if anyone is waiting to listen in.
No one is waiting to listen in, but we are signed on.
Sid, could you please put on mute? It might help a little. We're hearing a little background noise. Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, I want to start off by welcoming our newest commission member, Tracy Beverlin. Do you want to give a little bit of background?
Sure. I'm happy to be here. I'm an attorney in Pratt, Kansas. I've been practicing, gosh, now 15 years. I've been the county attorney for coming on 8 years now. So I'm happy to be a part of this. This is new for me. I've practiced before a lot of judges, so hopefully I have some good input for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy, and welcome aboard. We're so happy to have you. I want to begin by noting that Hannah Brass and Justin Goodnow are unable to attend today, but given we still have 8 members here, we definitely still have a quorum. So that's not a problem. We recognize and gratefully thank Jason, for being our secretary. Not the most sought after job, but willing to take it on, and we really appreciate him.
I think I was kind of voluntold for that.
Yes, you were. I readily acknowledge. So that's why I'm going to these lengths to thank you and tell you how much you're appreciated. All right. So as I noted to you, we now have a district magistrate position open. It will become open the second Monday of January, which I don't even remember when that is, but it's because the current magistrate is it did not file for retention, and so that creates a vacancy. And the sooner we can get to filling it, the better. And that way, there won't be an extended period of time between, well, I guess an empty bench. We don't want an empty bench. So I think this morning, Michelle sent out to you our most recent district magistrate nomination form. Don't know whether everybody has had a chance to review that. I reviewed it and compared it to our district judge nomination form that we have currently on our website because of the opening for the district court position. And it changes only because we cut the part that asks lawyer questions out and make it in section 2 of the application process, because the magistrate can be filled either by a lawyer or a non-lawyer. Other changes that I would suggest that we make, given everything that we are going to have to do between now and interviews, is to again make the application or nomination form be electronically submitted. As it stands right now, from the one from last year says that it can be electronically submitted, or you can submit in paper with 10 copies. So I guess that will be the first question. Do we want to update the district magistrate application / nomination form to be consistent with our district judge application nomination form?
I would support that.
Is anybody against that notion?
No.
No.
Okay. Of course, it makes it easier because when Michelle gets everything in, she can turn it around in a couple hours. So you would have applications in a couple hours, which speeds up the process. Okay, well, it sounds like we don't need to take a formal vote on that, but it sounds like everybody's in favor of that. The next thing we need to do is establish the timeline. And Michelle, thankfully, checked with both Hannah and Justin on availability during the weeks of November 25th and December 2nd. If we want to have that second meeting to discuss applications and how we're going to assign background checks and things like that. Now, when you look at the proposed schedule that Michelle sent out, I'm going to go to the very last part of it, which says interviews that are suggested. This is a proposed schedule for December 19th and December 20th, which is a Thursday and a Friday. I selfishly would prefer to have the magistrate interviews, at least try to have them on that second day that we reserve, December 20th, because it would save me a trip coming down there. But that is purely a selfish motive that has nothing to do with, what the group decides. So we can pick another day, but if we go with December 20th, then it really does crunch us up as far as people applying. And I don't know, we want to give them an opportunity to apply. So if they would have a 3-week period within which they receive notice of the vacancy and applying. So if you guys don't think that's long enough, then we can make it after the first of the year. So let me hear some discussion about that.
Is there usually like a set period of time that you try to go for?
Yeah, we usually do 4 weeks. Okay. And we could do that here. So if Michelle is saying, because of everything that's going on today, it would be very difficult to get out the notice of vacancy today. It would really, right, Michelle? Would that really push us?
Yeah, so we can send it out on Monday.
So we can send it out on Monday. So if it's sent out by November 4th, then applications could be due December 2nd. And that is 4 weeks. And then I guess I said the wrong thing would be crunched. So what would be crunched is the time for looking into the background. Now, is that enough time for us to do KBI background check, Michelle?
Yes, this basically gives us almost exactly 2 weeks, and that's what they require. So we would be able to have them for the 20th. So.
Okay. So it would just mean that during that time, you're going to be looking at magistrate judges and that have applied, and also, well, not prospective magistrate applicants for both positions. And so I don't see, there's 10 of you, so I don't really see tons of people applying. I don't think there's going to be 15 or 20 people applying, but you guys know better than me.
The only thing this is Greg, the only thing that I would say is there any kind of requirement, since the magistrate position is in Medicine Lodge, that the interviews have to be there?
I don't think the interviews have to be there. Michelle, do you know?
The interviews can be wherever. That's the location. The only thing that it specifies is if there's a living, residency requirement, but interviews can be held wherever you guys see fit.
Well, this is Greg again. I do have a place reserved in Kingman for those 2 days. So, in terms of a location, we've got a location for those 2 days.
This is a very quiet group, okay?
Yeah.
Who is opposed to Friday, December 20th, with that 2-week time period to investigate. You'll already have another week before that, or 10 days before that you'll be looking into the district judge applications. So is anybody opposed to having just a 2-week period? Hearing none. Oh,
No,
Go
I'm not opposed to it, and I've got those 2 days blocked off. So
Same here. I think you do them in those 2 days. Accommodates hopefully most everyone.
I agree. And Kingman, I know you're not at that, but Kingman's central for everybody. So Kingman's fine with me.
good.
Good.
Okay, well, that sounds wonderful. All right. So we're going to do that. So the notice of vacancy will be posted on Monday, November 4th, which is this Monday. And then nominations will be due. Michelle, we're picking the December 2nd so that we give everybody a fair chance. They'll be due by noon. What day of the week is that? Is that a Friday?
December 2nd.
Or is it a Monday?
it's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Okay. All right. And then she should be able to turn and get those applications to you by the afternoon or the next day. Well, actually, my judicial executive assistant will be back by then. So we'll be saying goodbye to Michelle and saying hello to Shelby. And then interviews will be December 19th and December 20th. But for purposes of this, we're going to put, should we put both days? Yeah, I guess so. Instead of just December 20th.
We just get like 5 total applicants between the 2 positions. We could get them all done in
Yeah.
1 day. So
Okay, good point.
I'd put
Yeah, perfect. Good point. Okay. Number 5 is location. So Greg has a location. Can you tell Michelle, since she's just writing it down right now, you can't see her, but what is the location?
it's called The Hangar. It is our VFW hall that has been completely remodeled, and their grand opening is December the 7th. And so
Oh,
we're going to be
wow.
one of the first events they have in there. So it's on Main Street. It's in the 100 block of North Main. I'll get to the specific address, but we're really looking forward to it.
Well, Greg, we really appreciate you securing that for us. And it's, I'm usually having these interviews in the basement. So, so this is the basement of somewhere. So that's great. And then the only other matter really that we had that Michelle is curious about too is do we just say you can apply for both? And will we make a decision about, the district judge first and then the magistrate judge? Because, or maybe the other way around, because I just want to remind you, and I'm sure you all remember, I already told Tracy, but on a district court position, the commission picks 3 to 5 finalists and sends them up to the governor. And the governor has 60 days to choose and appoint. But a magistrate is you guys. So we will know who the magistrate is on December 19th or December 20th. So, do we say you can apply for both and then we pick the magistrate, or you guys pick the magistrate? I'm non-voting. You guys pick the magistrate and then go from there? Or are you going to ask people to pick one or the other?
I strongly suspicion you'll have one applicant that goes for both. I could be wrong, but I believe that's entirely possible. Which order you go in, I don't have thoughts on, but I believe that that's likely.
Well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to short the possibility of having a qualified applicant because they had to make a choice between one or the other. If they're interested in both, I think we ought to be able to consider them for both.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't think we should limit somebody from what they want to apply to.
Okay. Does anybody oppose that? All right. And then, of course, if a person, but we'll just, we'll see how that works out.
Well, I'm having these thoughts. If I was an attorney applicant and we did the magistrate first and you offered him that job, and then we did the district court and we sent him as one of the three, I mean, how does he choose? I'm not.
It doesn't work like that. If you're chosen, you're chosen.
You're chosen. Okay.
So that person would not go up. So that's the risk.
in
that
the-
you go
In
ahead.
the other ones, because we had the 10th did that, and what they did is they picked their three, and if you have other applicants that weren't one of the three, those applicants, if they agreed, if they wanted to be, considered for the magistrate. So they did the magistrate or the district judge first, then they did the magistrate.
Okay, I didn't understand that.
So if you have if you have 5 applicants for the district judge and say you only send up 3, if they're qualified, the 2 that were not sent up may choose to be considered for the magistrate judge, because they obviously did not, they did not go up for the 3 to the governor, but they might have an opportunity for a magistrate.
Okay, so, but did they have to go ahead and submit applications to both?
No, they just sent one application, but indicated we added a little line that said, if you would like to be considered for both, check this box. So that's how we determined if they were interested. And then there was one other time that they actually gave that opportunity. They just let them know at the time of the interviews if they wanted to, and then let them know that we will be interviewing them next if they wanted to, to participate. So those were
Problem
the
with that
two
is that
ways.
we've already sent out our district court application.
Yeah, but
which
that's
does
why
not include that.
we had one, and that's why when they came back, or when we set up the interviews, we just sent out an email saying we, had a opening for magistrates. You do have the choice if you wanted to be considered. So
The problem with that is that I think, I would be nervous that, someone would say, well, how can that person be selected as a magistrate when they did not submit a magistrate application?
well, aren't they the same, except that's just how they're organized? It kind of looked like the same information was on both.
Right, it is. It's just that I don't know how we do this from a procedural point of view. I guess we could put
This
something
is
on this
Greg.
application. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
I don't see that it's an issue, because the purpose of the application is to get interest in their background information. That's the point of both applications. And if it's an attorney, since the district judge application's already out, if it's an attorney, they're going to have more information than is necessary for the magistrate application. So I just think that, like I don't know who it is, if somebody suggested when we set up interviews that we have a form, maybe we email them to fill out if they're interested, because that one does have residency requirements in Barber County. So some of the applicants might not be interested in going to Barber
Right.
County. Not that there's anything wrong with Barber County, but they just might not be interested in it. So I don't really see the difference. I don't see a problem.
So if someone was going to apply to both and we send out this magistrate one, would you think that they would just say, see my district court application? Or they wouldn't fill it out? I'm just worried that somebody that wants to apply to both, we're not giving them any guidance on, on this notice that's going to go out about the magistrate position. So Greg, what would you think would be a good way to tell people that they didn't have to submit?
Well, perhaps you do an amended opening that goes out Monday also for the district court judge with the new information, because there's still time. I mean, they'll have the same amount of time as they would have with the magistrate application. So I just put out an amended opening statement.
Hmm. Okay. I think I'd rather just deal with the notice for the magistrate. So I will work on language if it's okay with everybody to explain, that there's, that there's a district court vacancy out there, and we encourage people if they want to apply to both. And something about it, I'll put in it that if please indicate if you want us to consider your district court application for both, or this application for both, whatever it is. Any objection, or am I totally off base here?
I think that works too.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think with the magistrate notice, I think if there's some language that says if you're also applying for the district judge, I don't know how to say it. It's silly to have to turn in two separate applications. So if there's just some language in there that says if you've already turned in a district court judge and
Right.
want that to be considered, please notify someone, or please, we can do that, or something to that effect.
I was just a standard. I was just checking with Marcia, one of the other JEAs, and they had a similar instance where they had already sent out one. They did just a one-page form that they signed saying that, they want to use the same application for the district magistrate judge, and then they signed it, so they acknowledged. So in a way, it, kind of gives the permission. That might be a way to do it.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll do that. That's perfect. And that way we get them. That is perfect, actually. Okay. Thanks for doing that, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's all I have. Does anybody, has anybody heard anything? I mean, is there interest? Are we feeling positive about this? Are we talking it up?
I mean, I'm curious. I mean, I haven't heard any interest, but I just don't know if something will pop up. You never really know.
Yeah. I meant for this or the district judge position, but I guess we're just talking about the magistrate. Okay, well, I want to get you off the phone because I know this was just an extra meeting. And I guess we need to set the date for this second conference call. Or do we want a second conference call on the magistrate position once we get that in for divvying up?
Is that standard what you guys usually do?
Well, we need to assign background checks, so I think we're going to have to get together
Okay.
at least once.
Okay, so this is where between November, okay, so the weeks of November 25th and December 2nd, Hannah is available every day except the actual Thanksgiving holiday, and Justin is not available on Mondays. Let me check, see what I have.
We'd probably start, since we put it on the December 2nd.
Yeah.
So we would start with that week, because I think with the district, we waited 2 days and then we had one, I believe.
Okay.
2 to 3 days.
Okay, so I'm out of town giving a presentation on the 5th and 6th, but let's see. What time is my flight? Yeah, so I'll be at the airport over the noon hour on the 5th, but I could probably do it on the 6th. What does everybody look like on the 6th of December, which is a Friday, over the noon hour?
I think over the noon hour, I can make it work.
Okay. And it's going to be quick. I think this one's going to be, like, it'll be a 5-minute call. 5 or 10 minutes.
I'm
Sounds
available.
good with me.
Okay.
That
All
works
right.
here.
Okay, Michelle will send out the, will you send out like a schedule to everybody on this
Yes.
one? Okay. And we'll go from there. And I think at this point, I'll let you go eat your lunch, and unless anybody has any questions. And again, I really appreciate this, and I'm looking forward to coming down there. And I love food, so hopefully you'll tell me where to go in Kingman. Okay.
Be happy to.
What, Greg?
I'll be happy to. If you need to
Good.
know where to stay, no, we got a couple of really nice spots.
Oh yeah, so yeah, let me know where to stay too. Yeah, so when you send it, the more formal information about where we're meeting, the restaurants, I can wait till I get down there, but tell me where to stay so I can go ahead and get a reservation.
All right, we'll do that.
Okay.
You might want to stay in Pratt for that.
Do you want to say that? Thanks.
way. No way. No way.
I don't get it. What am I missing?
Oh, trust me, you'll
Feel
find
my
out.
sales tax and bed tax.
You guys are fun. Okay. All right.